We are catching quite a few fish right now on a jerkbait. A jerkbait. One of the keys is using really light line, like 6-pound test line. But if you're having fish that are following a jerkbait and not biting it, and we're able to see that now happen quite a little bit on our Garmin LiveScope forward-facing sonar. But if you're having that happen, what's a couple of things you need to do to try to solve that problem? Good morning, guys and girls. March 22nd. We're looking at in the book of John. We're in the book of John, not the book of Jimmy, the book of John. John 11:35. Y'all have this one memorized. Jesus wept. Jesus wept. There might be no crying in baseball, but I've sure seen plenty of crying in fishing. Mostly tears of joy, like when my buddy Brian Latimer won his first FLW tournament down on Lake Seminole. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody get so excited winning, and I get pretty excited myself when I win a tournament. But I've also seen guys and gals cry when they learned that they had just barely lost as well. My daughter Sherry, she just laughed, but I know she was crying inside. Lost the Best in Gal tournament at Kentucky Lake by 1 ounce. 1 ounce. 1 ounce. Today's verse is well known as the Bible's shortest verse, but Jesus wept just before he performed one of his greatest miracles of all time, raising his dear friend Lazarus from the dead. Lazarus, raised him back to life. Jesus walked on earth, all man, and yet all God, performing incredible, incredible miracles. Even in death, you and I have full victory in Jesus. Even in death, we have full victory in Jesus. That grave can't hold us. It can't hold us. The world can't defeat us. We may cry. We will have troubles. But in the end, just like Lazarus, we're going to walk right out of that grave. We're going to walk right out of that grave. And as in baseball, there will be no crying in heaven. No tears in heaven, but there will be joy, 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 much greater than you and I have ever known. Jesus wept, and then he raised Lazarus from the dead. Raised Lazarus from the dead. And when Jesus raised himself from the dead, it proved that you and I have victory over death as well. Dead man walked out of that grave. Here's our tip for today, and it's a pretty good one. You know, we've been catching some big bass. This is the time of the year you catch them on a jerkbait. Alabama rig works really, really good this time of the year. But a jerkbait seems to produce in a lot of our Clearwater lakes, even really better than Alabama rig at times. When bass follow a jerkbait and don't bite it, and we've had that happen a lot that we don't know anything about, but now we can watch our jerkbait as we jerk it back, and we can see fish come up after it. We can actually see those fish before we even make the cast. When that happens, try different speeds. And here's the most important thing. Longer stops or pauses between your jerks. When you jerk that bait back hard or crank it down hard to get it down to its maximum depth, and then you jerk it, pause for as long as you can possibly stand it, and then pause a little bit more. And if you're having situations where you're seeing fish on your locator and you're throwing out there and bringing it down, you got it up over the top of them and you stop it, and then they're turning away from it, try changing speeds and try letting it stop a little bit longer. I've said for years and years, let it sit there just as long as you possibly can, and then let it sit there some more. The longer the pause, it seems like, the more fish you're going to catch. And for a guy like me that likes to turn that reel handle, it's really, really hard to do. If you're not subscribed to the Catch a Better Life channel on YouTube, be sure and hit that subscribe button right now. And if you are subscribed, tell as many of your friends as possible. We're getting really, really close to 25,000 people on this wonderful channel. I think the most important channel on YouTube. It's got the best people, I know that. It will change your life for the better. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there today. And remember,